Welcome back, everyone. It's Memorial Day Monday. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening. It's just a beautiful night out. We are finishing our last field for first cutting of hay. So just a perfect night to do it. We got the 6420 John Deere tractor hooked up to the Kuhn disc mower, and we're just wrapping up for the evening here. Probably got about 45 minutes or so left to finish this last field. Rick, my father-in-law, he went out and he did most of the cutting today. Morgan and I went to my parents' place for some family time for Memorial Day. Rick was about ready to be done mowing for the day, so I told him I'd take over. I wouldn't mind getting some tractor time in today. So we're hoping it'll be ready to go on Thursday to rake and bale. We actually excited to bring it on the channel. We haven't gotten to use it yet, but we got a new Kuhn, I think it's an SR 110 hay rake. So this will be the first time using that, so I'm pretty excited. From what I'm hearing from Rick, we have quite a bit of hay, so this is a really good first cutting. He was pretty happy with it, and just from what I'm seeing in this field's looking really good. So hopefully we won't have to worry about hay this year, and we'll be able to go into winter with the peace of mind knowing we have enough feed, and maybe even be able to feed some extra cattle if we decide to buy them. We'll see. Prices are pretty astronomical right now, and I don't know if we want to swallow that pill of buying more cows or not, but we'll cross that bridge when it comes. So I'll just go over here, maybe just kind of show you guys side shot of the tractor and check it out. Nothing too special, but it definitely we're happy to have it. Also just moved the cows up here on the hill. This is their final pasture for rotation. So well, you can tell they got quite a bit of grass out there. They'll be out there for a week or so. Got a little pond, and they can go for a swim. Just a mowing on by the cows here. They don't seem to mind at all. Cows are just out doing their thing. Enjoying this night just like I am, loving their new pasture. Seeing what's going on. Last thing before we head in here, aside from closing gates, just gotta flip our valves on our mower. We have two for the raise and lower cylinders, just keeps those from settling, and then we also have one for the swing to keep it from swinging out. So if say you're going down the road or something and for some reason it starts settling and doesn't swing out further into the road, so just go ahead and get those flipped and head in. Well, just got the tractor put back away here. First cut's all down on the ground, so thankful for that. Everything went well. Equipment all did what we wanted it to do, so that's always a plus. It's about 8:16, so I don't know, that field took me maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure what time I started exactly, but yeah. So everything went good. Hopefully in this video, I'm gonna try to definitely get some raking footage and take you guys along while we test out the new rake and learn how to use it. I don't know, it can't be that much different than the other one, just a couple more features, I guess, and hopefully a lot less breaks. So, well, thank you everyone, and to all who have served, thank you very much. We appreciate you and all you have sacrificed for our country. Well, it's a couple days after getting the hay mowed here. Hoping to be raking maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure all of it's gonna go. It's a little wet yet. We had a couple small showers and stuff, so but anyways, just here working on, we got our new Kuhn SR 110 wheel rake. We just picked it up. Oh, I don't know, I think my father-in-law picked it up maybe a month ago or something, but we haven't gone through it or anything just to double check stuff. So I got a few things I want to just check on it and adjust just to get ready for raking. Some of the adjustments will probably have to be kind of on the fly as we're in the field after we see how it's performing. So I'll just kind of show you guys some of the stuff that I'm adjusting here real quick. So the first thing I'm going to adjust is the hitch height. So looking at it right now, I have the jack set to where the hitch was sitting on the tractor. You want this section here to be flat, and it's kind of hard to tell in the camera, but it's actually going uphill a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust that a little bit, probably just one notch to make sure that's level. Another thing we need to double check. Another thing we need to double check over here, we have the tension springs right down here, and those are what set the amount of ground pressure the rake wheels are putting on the ground. And I think it says that spring, just as a good starting point, is supposed to be set around 10 inches. So I just want to double check that that's where that's at. Otherwise, the only other two main adjustments we really have are we got a turnbuckle right here on each side, and that adjusts your intake width. We need ours to be set around like 20 feet, 21 feet maybe, just for good measure. Our mower's roughly at 10 foot. And then on each side on the back here, you can kind of see over there and right here, we got an adjustment, and that'll adjust how wide the windrow is. It's going to be a pretty thick first cut, so we're going to want to make sure that windrow's set a little wider.
I'm hungry.
So we go figure out what's for dinner.
No, I don't want to eat. I'm hungry.
So our adjustment for our windrow width and intake width, as well as that spring tension, those might be a few adjustments I adjust when in the field, when I start seeing how it's raking and what it's doing. The big one is probably going to be the windrow width and spring tension, just because you don't want those wheels to be putting too much down pressure into the ground and ruining your crop for next cutting, because it could actually rip those plants out of the ground. If you're digging too much, you don't want it to dig, you just want it to lightly rake over the ground. So that makes sense. But yeah, just a little overview with what we're doing here, and once I get things running and get it figured out here, I'll just take maybe another quick shot of folding it and unfolding and go from there. All right, I just finished making the adjustments on the rake that I wanted to make. I think I got it pretty well field ready. May need to make a couple minor tweaks once we start raking with it and see. But I ended up putting it on the widest setting, but there is still a little more adjustment in the actual angle. So there's actually two width settings. I didn't realize you have your angle setting, and then there's actually, you can kind of see right there that those pins, you can actually move the whole wing out. So what I ended up doing is I left the angle where it needs to be, and I ended up moving the wing out all the way. And it's a pretty neat design, because you can take your jack and you put your jack over this cleat, and then you put your foot up against here and you can push it out. Or if you need to retract it, the cleat will hold your jack in place and you put your foot on the other side here and it'll pull it back in. So if you're in the field and you need to make a quick adjustment for some reason, it's really easy to do without tools. You just pull the pins, get the jack out, and go. So I was very impressed by that. Overall, this seems like a really well-built rake. I'm excited to give it a shot. Hopefully it's going to be much more reliable than our previous Vermeer we had. I'm not trying to knock Vermeer or anything. It was an old rake. It just had some design flaws that made it a little unreliable for us. So if anyone out there watching this, if you have a Kuhn speed rake or have had one, please give me some input on what you thought, what you liked, maybe what you didn't like. If you don't have it anymore, just, hey, what'd you upgrade to? Tell me why. I'm curious. Always looking to learn more. So please comment down below your thoughts. Well, just finished up raking. It's Friday. We cut this on Monday, so the weather wasn't very cooperative for drying. We had some showers and a lot of cloudy, cool weather, so it took a little longer than we thought to dry. And then on top of that, we hire our baling out, and the farmers that we hire to do our baling for us, they didn't have their baler out, and their tractor they used for baling was still set up with the duals on it because they were still trying to get some tillage done. So today was the first day they were going to be able to have time to get their duals off and get the baler out. So that was part of why, another part why we waited until Friday. So yeah, but anyways, the rake worked great. I had about an hour in it this morning, just kind of going the first couple passes and fine-tuning things. Boy, I was off on my adjustments. I had it spread all the way out thinking that that was where I was going to need it, and then I got it out in the field and I had to adjust it in twice. So little learning curve there, but no, it does a great job. Earlier I think I mentioned that we have it plumbed so that each wing runs off of one of these valve control valves. That's been taking a little bit of getting used to because you gotta kind of use both hands for both wings, but I think once I get onto that, that is going to be really nice, because when you get into those narrow spots, you just pull one wing up and just keep going. So anyways, yeah, bit of a learning curve, but all in all, definitely was a good purchase for us. Glad we were able to do it, and looking forward to using it and hopefully getting a lot of seasons out of it. But yeah, you can see behind me, this is the field that I was mowing in. We got that all raked up, and then we got two more fields in front of me. Those are all raked. And then we have a field over in town. I did that earlier, and actually we had someone else come and bale that. He called and asked if he just got a new baler and he didn't know anything about it, so he asked if he could maybe test it out on some ground of ours before he goes and does it for paying customers. So we let him go over and do that. It was like 3 acres. It's really bumpy ground. I feel bad that that's what he got to test it out on, but if it makes it through that, it'll be good. But he said we got 7 bales over there, so that was more than I was expecting. I was thinking maybe 5. So yeah, I think first cutting is going to be great. Looking forward to seeing how many we get in these other 3 fields. The baler should be showing up anytime now, so I'll give you guys an update once we get this all rolled up. Well, the baler just left. I just came out to shut all the gates and count up our bales, and it looks like off this cutting we got 57 bales. So pretty happy with that. I think we go through roughly 150 bales a winter, just, you know, somewhere in there. It looks like we have maybe 100 bales left over from this last winter here. We were able to put the cows out on corn stalks, so we were able to save some hay there. So I think, dare I say, if it were to dry up this year, I think we would be starting to be pretty close on feed just off of one more cutting. So that is always a relief. Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get more footage of the raking. That just, my mount wasn't working very well for me, and it was just kind of go today between trying to get that thing adjusted right and just stay ahead, so that way I was ready to go when the baler showed up. Just finished hauling in the last of the bales. It is Monday, June 2nd. I had 9 bales left to get today. We hauled the rest in yesterday, but it's supposed to rain pretty good here tomorrow, they're talking, and we wanted to make sure all the bales were off the field so that grass could grow back, because I'm sure I wouldn't be able to get out there to haul them for a few days. So this will just give the grass opportunity to come back, and we won't have to worry about breaking anything off by driving through the field to get more bales. Overall, we had 57 bales, so that was pretty good. We're pretty happy with that. So, yep, I just finished up with that now and start thinking about second cutting here. Soon we'll be moving the cows down off the hill here. We need to get them in and pour them, and pink eye shots for the calves. Well, time for me to wrap this up and go get cattle chores done for the evening so I can get up to the house. But I appreciate everyone who tuned in. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, or feel free to comment and like. It really helps the channel out. So looking forward to making more content for you guys and bringing you along.